Welcome back to Nick and Company. I'm Nicola Barreto. Again, our sponsors, thank you so much. JR&D Furniture and Appliances, that's St. Croix Road in Princestown. Our friends at the ODPM, Works Credit Union, William Dudd's Clothing for Young Company, the Chancellor Hotel, and for those who will be coming on pretty soon. We thank you for your positive comments. Those interacting, those sending us comments via Facebook, messaging me. Now remember, you can always follow us on Twitter. That's Company and Nick at Twitter. Or check us out on Facebook. That's Nick and Company. Or just simply send us a Gmail, nickandcompany@gmail.com. Now, beauty, brains, talent, artistic, full of laughter, bubbles, and so much more. Her name is Annya Lee Innes, and she's here with us on Nick and Company. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. It's nice to have you in our company.
I appreciate it.
When I tell you, really good interaction, and she's just been all bubbles and smiles. Now, Annya is a model. Annya is also a singer, and she also wears many hats. Annya, tell us a little bit about yourself. Give us some background. I know many of us would have seen you, possibly, you know, photographs, pages or the cover pages of certain magazines, you know, that beautiful, fantastic body, beautiful face, and everything else that goes with it. But give us some background info on yourself.
No problem. I started modeling when I was 15 in Trinidad, and that kind of opened up a lot of doors for me. I went to a lot of different islands and did music videos for artists like Eric Benet.
Wow!
He's kind of cute.
Don't let him. Anyway, okay, moving along.
You know, J-Lo and stuff like that. Modeling kind of came a little bit easy to me, but it really wasn't, you know, the passion. I really love music, and I started singing at 5, but I was kind of annoying. You know, it's nasal singing, so I have kids that would just be like, look at me! So my parents didn't think that was the best route for me.
So they decided, no, Annya.
No, they were like,
maybe
take
not
it down.
Yeah.
So I went through school, I did all those music festival things, and after university, I kind of handed my parents my certificate, my degree, and I said, I'm going to sing now. And my dad was like, okay, we'll support you doing that. So then I ventured into music in a really professional way. I teamed up with some local guys that were outside, and we did our first album. And then I moved on to different management, but at the moment I'm in Jamaica doing a second album.
Now you say second album, so that means that there must have been a first album. So that's, I mean, an accomplishment by itself, especially since, you know, at 5 when your parents said, take it down. I mean, to complete an album, there's so many artists out there that they haven't even done that. So I'm sure that would have been a lot of hard work and pressure for you, but you accomplished it. What type of music is Annya Lee Innes?
I defined myself by saying that I was doing genre-bending music. Genre music. I made that term up myself. Basically because I come from Trinidad, and we're such a wonderful cosmopolitan island. So many great things together that I thought music should not be one of the things that defined us. Because usually when you go into the music industry, you have to choose a lane, and I did not want to choose a lane. And before, I also said that I love soca, but I couldn't sing soca because I didn't have that energy and whatever else, and I put limits on myself.
Are you sure about that?
I think I can now, see, because I can wave and jump and stuff. But this is what I was about to say. As I went to Jamaica now, the producer was like, try it. It's from your island. Everybody loves it. Let's try and find a way to make that international and to do something with it. And I started it, and I love it. I love making this album, mostly because there's so much of Trinidad in it. But the first album was great. It was more like pop and R&B and a lot of different things mixed in together. But this album, I'm really passionate about.
What was the name of the first album, and what was the reception like? What was the feedback
It
like?
was called The Beginning.
The Beginning.
Because it not only connotes the first album, but it is also a change of headspace for me. I think a lot of us that live in this island think that conventional careers are the only thing that we can do. And I wanted to set myself up in a situation where I could dream and allow people around me and my children and everyone else to dream like that and to take a chance at it. And that's why I called it The Beginning. This album, I don't have a name for it yet, but we've done 3 tracks so far, and then I leave to go back to Jamaica next week to continue doing it.
Why Jamaica, though? I mean,
I got invited to Jamaica by the producers of a show called In the Dance, and it is actually the Jamaican version of Soul Train. So there are all these dance crews that come together and they battle to be the top dance crew. I mean, they're dancehall queens, really young kids, veterans in music, and the stage is basically only set for Jamaican artists. And they found me on YouTube, and they contacted me and asked me to come
Didn't you
and be a
feel
part.
really good when you got that phone call or that
It was
text?
the best feeling
Yeah.
ever in life.
Hey, is this Annya Lee and Mia Carl from Jamaica?
Yeah, and their culture is amazing too. Like, I love Trinidad to the max, but being immersed in a different culture that is also another island that is so far removed from us in terms of their language is different, and there are different pockets of people that speak different dialects, and it's beautiful. But it was an amazing feeling to be there and be on that stage with those artists, because it gives you a sense of achievement too, to feel like out of everybody, they call me. So it's like,
Congratulations. Yeah,
thank you, thank you.
I mean, at 5 when they said no.
Yeah, no,
take it
I
out.
was annoying. I'll admit that. I was one of those nasal singing children.
Let me ask you this. Jamaicans, just based on your interaction in terms of society and culture, how do they feel about Trinidad and Tobago in terms of our music and our culture?
Honestly, the song that I did was a mixture of soca and dancehall. And originally, they gave the tracks to the kids, and I did not expect them to like it as much as they did, because they're accustomed to dancehall. But they loved it. And even the people, the reception that I had was extremely great. Even their words every day was "have a blessed day" or "blessings" or something great to inspire your day. Everybody that I met was like that. I have not yet met a Jamaican that has said something bad to me. It's great. I had a wonderful time, and just interacting with those kids that are Jamaica is extremely talented, sports, arts, everything like that. And I think they're now starting to, through these different types of programs, to push their kids forward. And I really commend them for that.
Excellent. So the second album, you've got 3 tracks already. You're doing stuff in Jamaica. You yourself now moving forward, you're back here in Trinidad and Tobago, I'm thinking just for a period of time.
Yeah.
You're just in and out. Trinidad and Tobago, how do we now, have we embraced you? Have we embraced the fact that Annya Lee is in Jamaica doing her thing? Is this better for your music? How does that affect you?
I think the first time that I did a show in Trinidad, I've always said this: if you could perform on a stage in Trinidad and you can receive what they have to give you and you woo a crowd in Trinidad, you could perform anywhere in the world.
You don't find the Jamaican crowds difficult?
No.
No.
Okay. And I think I had a lot more to prove on a Trinidadian stage than any other stage in the world. Like, if I came here and I did well, I would feel accomplished, because we are tough people.
Yeah, very.
We are
Extremely
some critical people, but it only makes you better. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can deal with everything that we have to say positively, then I think you could perform anywhere in the world. And they did embrace me the first time. A lot of my tracks were on the radio stations here. But I think we also need to get behind our artists and our entertainment a lot more than we do. We are extremely talented as well, and I think we don't embrace our own as much. Not specifically to me or anything like that, but I have been in the industry for a while in Trinidad, and I think we really, really do need to support our artists a lot more.
I've had the opportunity to actually chat with quite a few artists, producers as well, and Carl Beaver Henderson always comes to mind in terms of our music, what we represent here in Trinidad and Tobago. And it seems as though the general consensus is that in order to make it in Trinidad and Tobago, you have to go outside first and come back in. As much as in terms of the radar, yes, we are on the radar, but still we're not on the radar. But do you think that's healthy though? That in order to, make a name for yourself here in TNT, one has to say, okay, Annya Lee, she's been in New York for 2 years and she's, really heating up the scene. Now we embrace you because, you've done something. Why can't we embrace you here in Trinidad and Tobago first before? And I know a lot of artists who have that problem, and producers as well. Do you think that's healthy?
It's not healthy at all, because my little sister actually said something to me a long time ago. She was a really great footballer, and my dad was like, you should try out and try and at least, you know, if at some point we have a female team, or you want to go outside and represent our country. And she said, I don't think I can, because we don't embrace our own people. And it stuck with me, and I did see it with a lot of artists. It's the same thing. I don't know why we do that. We have I guess, a mentality that is, once we're known, then everybody wants to cling to you.
Yeah.
If not, then, you know, you have to fight and
Forget
scramble.
you.
Yeah, basically.
Forget you for now.
I know a lot of artists that have done that, and it has been a fight to get things out there. But I feel like we should recognize our own worth. You know what I mean? If you positively do it, and if as a nation we represent and come, you know, rally around our own people, we can.
It could be so much
yeah,
easier.
we can find a way to. Because the thing is, though, to have fans as an artist, to get anybody to notice you outside, you have to have one at home.
Mm-hmm.
Like, your home base is always the more important aspect of any artist that a label or anyone that's interested in you looks at. But if you don't support your own people, how do you do that? You know?
Yeah.
It's bittersweet sometimes.
But it'll work out. We know that eventually. I think we've taken it to another level, and we're getting better at embracing our own. So, you know, we're hoping that we can see so much more again. I just want to commend the Trinidad and Tobago Entertainment Company for doing what you do, the Ministry of Arts and Multiculturalism, and all the other entities and factors that come together, you know, to really promote arts culture here in Trinidad and Tobago. The fashion scene, the modeling scene, the runway scene, you know, what's going on with that? Pause?
Yeah, well, sometimes. I freelance doing those things, but because music is such a big part of my life now, I do those things when I can. But my end goal is to create a brand. So if I can find a way to merge the fashion, the modeling, the business side of me into the music as well, which I am extremely focused on doing, then, you know, I have found a way to make all those things in my life matter, you know? And yeah, and I also want to, you know, make a legacy for my kids. My dad did a really good job at providing for
kids. Does she look like if she has kids? No.
Twin boys.
Yes. And, when, where, how?
They're 1 year old. This happened in New York, actually. I got married and had two beautiful kids.
So married with children and looking like if, you know, she's 15 years old.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So you have to balance the singing career. You have to balance, you know, having a husband, having, you know, two twin boys, and just literally keeping it together. So that's a task in itself.
But it's a great thing to do, because it gives you the opportunity to fulfill every aspect of being a woman at the same time.
Excellent.
Yeah, and I'm loving it. I am.
I like the sound of that. I really do like the sound of that. Annya, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Nick and Company. And I wish you the best, and I look forward to seeing you in Jamaica.
Are you coming to Jamaica?
Take me to Jamaica, please. Somebody. But all the best in your endeavors, and I'm not sure how long you'll be here in Trinidad for, but you'll be back and forth, because it's just literally a plane ride away, and we look forward to hearing your music, seeing you more up there, and all the best.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem. We're going to come back with much more. Nick and Company right here on Z.